So we're gonna do this. Create a new track. And sometimes I like to actually use the tail end of a lot of reverb. It allows to be able to create like some reverse tail end and kind of some rise-ins and stuff. And so let's go ahead and record channel 5. Bam, here. And mind you, this little effect that I'm about to show you can go a long way. Depending on how you want to approach it, it can take you from right here to like, oh shucks, I can throw this thing on like the entire song. So I'm just gonna record just one note. You're gonna just see that one part. And that's all I need. Cause that tail end is gonna turn into something like this. Hit this and reverse. So now, let's just go ahead and, yep, delete this. So now, you have this. Yeah, so we're playing with the space that way to be able to get stuff like that. As well, there is a stock sound here in Ableton. It is none other than the signature triangle. Nope. Hey, that's the one. So now, you throw here, get a little bit of reverb. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit. Throw a reverb on top of it, and it's just gonna sound something like this. One more thing, utility. Make that a left, because I'm hearing more left than right, so. There we go. So now, let me also freeze this, because I'm gonna mess with that reverb. Flatten, create another one. We're gonna drag this to another track. Reverse. Reverse!
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. So we're just gonna put this right here. You're gonna make it really, really subtle. Really, really subtle. Don't wanna scare nobody with no triangle now. Just like this.
So another thing we can do to add up some spice is find a VST that you like. Find the sound in Arp Odyssey, add a chorus on there, and just some delay. Bring it up like 2-3 octaves, and then we'll just sweep like this.
Okay, next plugin I want to talk about is UJam Finisher Micro. So this is a really cool plugin for if you don't think your stem has like exactly what it needs. It just needs some little touch to put it over the top, but you're not sure exactly what that is going to be. Finisher Micro has some really cool FX processing, and it's really simple to use to just get it kind of over the edge. So let me show you what I mean. Now when we turn it on, we're going to hear some really cool effects processing. And we can scroll through these presets. Of course, you could automate this min and max amount as well. I love to do that. Yeah, really cool. Not great for dialing in like exactly what effect you want. So if you know like precisely what you want it to sound like, maybe this isn't the plugin to reach for. However, if you just want a little bit of extra sauce on there, wonderful, highly recommend.
The next sound I had was these like little sprinkles. Simple. I'm not trying to be Mozart. I'm not trying to be like Beethoven on the keys and no shit like that. I'm just, you know, trying to get an idea out. The preset that I used out of this one was the black and blue preset. And then I just added a filter and then some more spring reverb. Alright, so the first one, how can I make my beats sound better and sound fuller? Use Foley, use texture, use all sorts of stuff to make it unique, make it sound like you. And if you don't know what Foley is, aspirin bottle, use it as a shaker. You could be like Phineas and use this as a snare. So this is my voice beatboxing into this. It sounds horrible by itself, but when I add effects and I add the little imperfections, like my girlfriend's voice in the background, this is what it should sound like.
Granular synthesis. This method blurs the line between sampling and synthesis because it's essentially sampling small grains of audio, generally less than 100 milliseconds in duration. Using this technique, you can transform virtually any sound into a synth. Simply drop a sound into your favorite sampler that supports looping. Set the loop length to be really, really short, and use the loop length and crossfades to make it sound musical. There's also a few ways to do this while retaining the identity of the original sample. You can use plugins like Pigment or Astra to load samples into their granular engines. From there, you can use the parameters to sculpt the sound. You can make things really interesting by assigning modulators to all of those parameters.
Here's something you can do for the samples. It's like an old technique they used to do back then. So get an EQ, really exaggerate the highs, and then throw a low pass. Love the last video. Could you show us that OVO reverse melody trick? Got you. Drag a one shot over, go to envelopes, then turn decay down, sustain down, release down. Adjust the hold to taste. Go to this tension knob and bring it down. Sounds like that. It's like fake reverse, but it works. And if you add delays and reverbs, it sounds crazy.